Oh,
Have you fixed all of them?
I need the. So what do I put for this one?
You have forgotten.
Okay. We lost time and use tomatoes flour.
So use it now.
Ah, okay. Um,
Go and look at last class and use what we use for int divide. That's not what we use for int divide.
okay. Like here. Ma.
I've always told you, use your intelligence. Use intelligence. Use intelligence. Depend on it. Start
My
typing
what?
again. Start typing again. Better. But it's not what happened to the var that was there. I didn't say you should delete it. Floor has its own opening parenthesis. Where is it? Hmm? Are you supposed to put the closing one there?
What?
The opening one is okay. Is the closing one supposed to be there?
Oh no.
Really? Is that how it is in the last class code? Simeon, go and look at what we did in the last class and just repeat the same thing here. That was not what we did in the last class, Simeon. It's just the code is in front of you. Just go and look at it and repeat it. Now, the sign that was there was not modulus sign. So go and put the right this thing that was there. Are you done making the changes?
Yes.
Now scroll back up. Let me show you something that you need to figure out now before we move on. Scroll up. It was not addition that I sent you in the code with the one that I sent you on WhatsApp. That last line of function add. Can you see that last line of function add?
Yes.
That thing that comes after that vertical bar, it was not addition I put there. What did I put there?
Oh, I thought this one. Oh.
Yes, it was not addition I put there. What did I put there? Now, if for addition, the result is called sum, what do we call the result for subtraction?
Difference.
Or you change all of them to fit what they are called. So good. What's the one for multiplication?
Times
No.
uh, uh, and
Starts with the letter P.
uh,
It starts with the letter P. What did you say?
what is the second letter?
Hmm. If you don't know the first letter, how do you want to know the second letter?
No, I'm not checking.
You want to play a fast one, Abi?
Oh, no. I just need the first and second one.
Okay, the second one is 2 letters away from P.
Away from P, like after.
Of course, after. That's what I meant. You see? So you're not even sure. I purposely said it like that. I want to see what you will do. So what's 2 letters away from P?
P,
Uh-huh. So now you know the second letter. You still can't guess it right. It's product, Simeon's product.
oh, yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Okay,
so what's
so
the one? Yes, you can leave that one for. What's the one for division?
you gotta
Starts
give
with
me
the
the first
letter.
letter.
Eh? I
Gotta
should
give
give
me
you
the
the
first
first
letter.
letter.
Uh,
The letter after P.
new quotient.
Thank you. So go ahead and put it there. Okay. So what's the next one? Okay, you can leave that one for remainder. Let's leave that one as remainder. Then the last one, int division. Since it's division, we can just say int quotient. So for that last one, have you seen it? The last one after remainder.
Okay.
All right. So let's test the code again. I think we should be good to go. Wait, one more thing. Put back that type number. Let's see what will
Okay.
happen. There's a reason. Yes. Do you remember where we put it, right?
Um, it's
That's it. Now go ahead. Why did you delete again? You want to check your phone.
Oh, yes, I was correct. Number.
Okay.
Actually, for the second one too.
Yes, for the second one too. Okay. All right. So let's test it now. Let's see how it looks.
Sir?
Yes, I said go ahead and test it. Test it.
Okay.
So the whole idea, let me just explain why I put that type number. The whole idea is to prevent any other key, like a letter from as being accepted. So click on it. Let's see. That's the whole idea. Try and type any letter, anything other
Okay.
than a number. Does it enter?
No.
Huh?
I press E.
That means it's not working as expected. Anyway, there's no problem. It's supposed to check for validation, but we don't want to go into all that. Just type this thing. I think we will do validation. We have to do validation.
You only
I'll
let
I'll
me type.
don't worry. Just type a number now. Type a number. Type a number. We'll do the validation now. No, not. Don't put that kind of big number now. Let's do
I want
something
to
we
see if
can.
it works.
Of it, okay. You can go ahead and check if it works.
Okay, I'm pretty sure it did.
Mm.
So 20 addition 3.
Mhm.
So subtraction 17,
Mhm.
60, 6.666666, 6.666666666667. Find remainder
Mhm.
2 and each
Mhm.
division 6.
Okay. All right.
Already now.
Okay. So let me quickly send the code for validation. I'll explain to you what I mean by validation. All right. So let me see. I'll try and send it through Zoom chat. So let me just explain what I want to do now. I want it such that if somebody types a letter, eh,
Uh,
it will give the person error. You understand? It will tell you to sorry, in place of that place where it's showing result now, or should we do it an alert or something? So it should show an alert that the person should type in a number, you know, in both boxes. You understand what I'm trying to say?
yes, sir.
So that's what I want to do. So let me type it in now. It's a simple code. It's simple. It's something I can quickly type up now. It's a function. So I'll call it validate. Are you there, Simeon? So you add this function at the bottom after the closing curly brace of the last one. Then I'll tell you the changes to make for yes, for add and the other ones. So why is it showing purple like that? There's something. You did not copy the last closing curly brace.
What?
The last closing curly brace at the bottom, yes.
Wait. Wait, I copied everything.
Opening curly brace, closing curly brace.
Wait. Yeah, I copied everything.
Do the closing curly brace. Maybe I left it out.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh,
Yeah. Error, please enter. Okay.
okay, so I think there's something wrong somewhere. I'm trying to figure out why is that if statement looking like that.
It's oh, I'm sure.
Okay, I don't know. Let's see.
Is it
Okay, so
true and false?
it's either true or false. So if it's false, that means there's an error. If it returns true, that means there's no error. So let me show you. Now go to the add, scroll up to the add function.
The add. Okay.
Yes, at the top. So whatever you do to the add, you do it to the other ones. Now, you see that place where you have B, var B, assignment operator, document.get. Yes. After that second line, put your cursor at the end and hit enter.
Of what, sir?
After the second line, at the second line, move your cursor to the right hand side and hit enter. Okay, so now this is where we want to put we want to do this thing. We want to call the validate function. So type if statement. If careful now. Open your parenthesis. Okay, so call validate. Validate, then open parenthesis. Whenever you're calling a method, you must call it with the parenthesis. So call validate there.
Where?
The name of the function is validate. Where your cursor is now.
Where it is now. Okay. Validate. Okay.
Open the parenthesis now. You have to open it and then see what it tells you.
I have to what?
Open the parenthesis for validate. Have you forgotten how to call functions?
No, I'm just asking.
Now, so finish it. You just typed the name of the function. Typing the name of a function is not as good as calling it. Parenthesis, please. It's not an object. You have to open the parenthesis. Now, the first the first argument there is a dot value. A dot value.
That's
A
what A
dot
dot
value,
value. Okay.
comma, B dot value,
Comma.
B dot value. Move,
87.
move away from that parenthesis, that closing parenthesis. Move away from there. Now, put an opening curly brace there. Can you move it backwards so that it is just immediately after this thing? Yes. Okay. So if it's true, all right. Now before the closing curly brace for that function add, put
Before
another
what?
closing. Can you allow me? Let me just finish. Let me say what I want to say. Before the
Okay.
closing curly brace for add, put the closing curly brace for that if statement that you just opened. The closing curly brace, that's not a curly brace.
Oh, so I should move this one.
Is that a closing curly brace or an opening curly brace?
Because I should remove this one.
I didn't say you should remove it. I said before it, you can hit that one, let it go down. So you put the closing curly brace for the if statement.
Uh-huh.
Then we'll now do an else. Let me see.
Else. Else.
What is that red thing that is there? Is it a parenthesis or closing or opening curly brace?
Which one?
Simeon,
This one.
is that a curly brace?
Oh, this one.
Simeon, what you just went now that is showing red, is that a curly brace?
It's not curly brace. This one.
The if statement, opening curly brace, is that a curly brace?
This.
Is that an opening curly brace?
Not a closing.
Go to where you are supposed to have opening curly brace. That's what I'm saying.
Where is my... Okay.
So what is that red thing doing there? Can you remove it?
Oh.
Okay, so I think
Okay,
it's
sir.
okay now. Let me see. Let me see if everything is okay. All right. Let's test the. Sorry, before you test the add, go back to validate. Scroll down to where validate is. Scroll down. Let's look at
Okay.
validate again. I think that is missing there because I'm trying to remember now. So that is nan. Is nan is a function under math. So instead of just putting is nan, can you put math dot is nan?
Ma. It's
Yes, put math dot before it. Scroll down. Let me see if we even have is nan there, so that we can be sure. Type that dot again for math. Let's be sure that is nan is under math. Yes. Scroll go down. Use your arrow key and go down. You, can you
I am
type
going
that dot
down.
again? You type that dot again and scroll down when that thing shows. That's what I'm saying. Use your arrow key.
Okay, scroll down with this. Which one should I pick?
I said just scroll down. We're looking for Isnan. Scroll down. Keep on going. No, hold on now. Go back up. Now, look at the ones that are purple. Those purple boxes. Keep going. That start with ABS. Okay, keep going. Don't be too fast, though. Keep going.
I didn't see it.
There's no Isnan there, right?
No.
Okay. Yeah. Hmm. Let me see. Okay, scroll up. Scroll up. Let's see. Move up. Let's look at the ones that are there. It's not there
Yeah,
either.
scroll up.
Okay, hold on. Just give me a minute. Let me check something. I'm not sure about that.
What happened? Blah blah blah.
You know what? Remove that man.
So did you say something? Okay.
Yes, I said remove the math. The math
Okay, okay.
dot. Remove the math and the dot. That's what I said.
Okay, I know you.
Okay, I go ahead and test.
Okay.
We're testing only add for now before we implement the validate for others.
A B. Okay.
Uh, type a number. Good. Even what you did now is okay. Type a number.
Okay.
Type a letter, sorry. I think I wanted to test letter.
Uh, um. Um.
What does this?
I'm not sure anything.
It's addition that I say you should test, not the others. We did not put anything for the
Okay.
others. It's addition.
E. E. It still shows now, not the number.
let's go back to the validate method.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the code. That means it's not calling that validate method.
Where?
Hold on, let me just look at it. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Scroll up. Let's take a look at the add function again. Okay. If a dot value it's a dot value. Okay. You see that place where you have validate. If validate.
Continue. Your voice is glitching.
Can you hear me now?
I still can't hear you. No. Hello? I can't hear
Simeon,
you.
you can't hear me.
Okay, I can hear you now.
I said where you have if validate.
Mm.
After the closing parenthesis for the validate, after b dot value, yes, for the validate function, not for the if, for the validate
Sir?
function, not if, for the validate function, the closing parenthesis of the validate function,
And this?
yes,
Yes,
put your
sir.
cursor there,
It is.
put your cursor there.
It is, sir.
No, it's after if, it's not after the one for validate.
That one.
The closing parenthesis for validate.
Yes, here.
That's the closing parenthesis for the if statement. The closing parenthesis for the validate method. Now, at that point, put the double equals to. I said after the closing parenthesis. I didn't say it before. Then type true, lowercase true.
Sir? Type what?
True, true. Is that how you spell true?
T
TRUE.
O
All right, now try it. Let's test it again. Remember, it's only add that we have done this to.
It was none.
Okay, don't worry. I'll try and figure what's the issue as. Anyway, this can still tell the person that there's something amiss with the code. So they shouldn't be typing a letter where a number is expected.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I think we have tested all the code, right?
Yes, sir.
With numbers.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I heard you.
Okay.
Did I ask you to stop sharing your screen?
Oh, okay.
So the in this particular code, I need to explain some things that are happening here. I want you to listen carefully because there might be you notice that there are some slight differences in this particular one. Now, the first thing you will notice, what would you say is the striking difference between this code and the one that we did in the last class? Let me see if you are observant. And please don't tell me
This
that we have a validate function, because validate was an afterthought. So that's not it. What is a difference between this code and the code in the last class?
we use three get and we use three get elements by ID.
That's not true.
We use
That's not
eval.
that's not
We
a
use
difference at all.
eval instead of this because the last class we used
Okay.
we used this like
Okay.
this, but in this
Okay, I
class,
understand what you're saying. Don't worry, I get what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. In
but in
the
this
last
class,
class, we used prompt, eval prompt, right?
yes,
That means we used eval prompt to get a number from the user, isn't it?
yes, sir.
In this one, um, we're using the get element by ID, right? And then we now used an eval on it. Why do you think we used an get element by ID for this particular one? You remember that last class um, it was through prompt that we used to tell the user to type in the number, isn't it?
What happened? Okay,
Are you
yes,
listening
yes,
to
sir.
me? Are you
Yes,
listening to me?
yes,
It was through prompt that we use to tell the user to type in numbers. But in this one, if you look at the create function, we didn't just create 4 buttons. We created 2 text boxes. Did you see that?
yes,
And those 2 text boxes are the num1 and num2 that these other functions are using for their get element by ID. Did you see that?
yes, sir.
So you can think about it this way. As of the time that the code is being written, that's here that we're looking at it like this. There is no num1, there is no num2, there are no
Mhm.
buttons, add buttons, subtract, multiply, divide, nothing like that. They don't exist. But for you to call those buttons, to call those functions, you have to click on that word. In fact, the buttons will not even appear for you to click on them in the first place. You have to click on that create 4 buttons and 2 text boxes. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Now, did you see that JavaScript, immediately JavaScript created those 2 text boxes? Somehow, when the functions now come to call it, the JavaScript immediately recognizes that there is a num1 and there is a num2. That is why document.getElement by ID works for that num1 and num2 in each of those functions. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Are you sure you understand what I'm saying at all?
Yes, sir.
Let me explain it again. Please listen. Normally when we call get element by ID, for instance, now look at that place where we call get element by ID for results. Have you seen it? The one that says
Yes.
get element by ID result. Now, that get element by ID result, if you go to the body of our page now, you see that there's an element called result. Am I right?
Yes.
Is there any element called num1 and num2 there now?
No.
Good. So that num1 and num2, as of the time of the coding, they don't actually exist. Does it make sense now?
Yes, sir.
But the function that will create those 4 buttons will also create them. So they will now all of a sudden do what? Exist during the time our code is running. So that when you now put the 2 numbers there and you click on add, for instance, it will automatically recognize that what happened. There's a num1 and there's a num2, and it will do the addition as is expected. Now, take note that a text box is just like a prompt. Prompt, remember prompt, you have to do eval on it to get the number from the user, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Good. Now I want you to look at the place where you actually do the addition. Look at add again. Scroll up to where you have add. You see that I think it was the last line where you have h dot inner html. Did you see that we have to do eval on a dot value? Every text box has a value property. The value is whatever the person typed in the text box. That's why we did an eval. We didn't say eval a, eval b. No, we said eval a dot value. We put the a dot value in the middle of the eval. And the same thing with b. We had to do b dot value because a and b are the text boxes themselves. But the text boxes have a value property that tells us what the person typed inside. Does it make sense now?
Yes, sir.
Does it make sense?
Yes, sir.
Good. So if you remove that dot value now, there will be an error in this code. It's not going to work because it will be like you are trying to take the eval of an object. In this case, the text box object. Okay, so remember, document.getElement by ID will only get you what? It will get you the object first. That's var a document.getElement by ID. No. Okay. What are you
Yes, sir.
changing? What happened? Were you trying out something?
Yes.
Okay, so I was trying to explain something that the document.getElement by ID gets you the object. It doesn't give you what the person typed in it. Do you understand? That's for that num1 and num2. Okay, so for each of those functions where you have num1 and num2, after you get the element by ID for num1, you must still do a dot value, that's for the add, and then b dot value to be able to get what the person types in it. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Then I don't know whether you notice something. When those text boxes appear, so it looks as if something is already typed in them. But when you start typing, the thing that was looking like something was typed disappears. Did you notice that?
Mm-hmm, sir.
Are you sure you noticed it?
No, 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 I didn't.
Please test the code again. Can you see that enter number here? Can you
Yes.
see enter number here? Good. When you start typing something inside, did you notice that it disappears?
Yes.
Uh-huh. What that thing is called a placeholder. It's like a guide. Do you understand? Like now, for that
Mm,
second one, now you've not typed anything. That's why it's still showing enter number here. But immediately you try to type something, it disappears. Did you see that?
yes, sir.
Okay. Now go back to the code. Let's see. It's an attribute for text boxes. Go back to the code and scroll up to the create function, the create function that creates them. Okay, can you see where the input ID num1 placeholder is?
Yes.
Is that placeholder that made those things to be there. If you remove that placeholder now, that box will be empty all through your code. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. But you can see that it's helpful. You can try it. Let's remove placeholder for the first one. When I say remove, you know what I mean. Remove it and remove the value. I keep telling you, when you remove an attribute, you remove its value too. Why are you leaving the assignment operator? Hmm? The assignment operator should be removed too. The assignment operator for that one. Yes, so that you don't have an error somewhere. So can you see that? Can you see that it's not? It doesn't show anything there.
Yes, sir.
Uh-huh. So that thing is like a guide. That they call it a placeholder. So go back and put it back. It's a desirable attribute to have in your code. Just do undo, control Z.
Yes, I know that's what you're going to do.
Keep pressing control Z until placeholder appears. It's not complete. Uh-huh. Okay. It's okay. Don't press control Z again. It's fine. All right. Any other question? I think that's the only thing that needs to be explained here. Any question?
So,
Any question?
no, sir.
You didn't ask me why is it that when you click the button, the create button, it does not create several of them. It doesn't create several of them. It only does it once. You didn't notice that too.
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah. Did you notice it? Or it's just when I said it that you noticed it?
It's only when you said that I noticed it.
Thank you for being honest. Now, why do you think it is so?
Um,
Why is it that when you click, no matter how many times you click the create button, it will only do it once. It will not create several of them. Why is it so?
I don't know, sir.
It's because you don't have d.inner HTML on the right hand side of the assignment operator.
Yes.
Did you remember that in the last class? Go and look at the one we did in the last class. Go back to the code for the last class.
Yes, sir.
Scroll up now so that you see it. Can you see tree.inner HTML on both the left hand side and the right hand side?
Yes. Mm.
Huh?
Yes, I said yes, I can.
Uh-huh. So that's the reason why in our last class Tuesday, anytime you click on the image, be the button, it will be adding it up more. It will be creating more buttons. But for today's own, it's only when you click the button, no matter how many times you click it, it only comes out once.
Once. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Now
Yes, sir.
there is a reason why I did it like that, and I'm going to just give you the reason why. Now, remember when I was telling you, the first time we used this ID attribute, when I told you ID can be an attribute for anything on your web page, I told you that ID is a unique name. And when you call something unique, especially in our coding, in everything we're doing, even in English, normally the word unique means you can only find one of that thing. If they say something is unique, it's standing on its own. It's different from others. Okay. So now when I say when you bring it down to our coding here, when you give a tag, for instance, now where you have that input ID num 1, right? Input ID num 2. You are telling HTML, you are telling JavaScript that there is no other element that has that name, that num1 and num2. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes, sir.
So imagine if it was possible to be creating num1, ID num1, more than one ID num1, more than one ID num2. Is it still unique?
Yes.
You don't understand. You're just saying yes. Listen to my explanation again. When you give an element the ID num1, you give another element the ID num2. No other element should have that ID of num1, and no other element should have that ID of num2. Did you get my explanation that I just said now?
Yes.
Now imagine if it was possible that when you click the button, you can have as many text boxes as you want, and each of those text boxes they are all bearing ID num1, ID num2. Will it still be unique? Will the ID still be unique?
No.
It will no longer be unique. So
Yes, sir.
that's why it is like this. Any questions?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. So we'll meet on Saturday. Please make sure that you are ready before time on Saturday. And if
Yes,
there's
sir.
anything that the best thing you should do is to let me know before time. Is
Yes,
that
sir.
okay?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Please, so that I don't end up waiting for you, um, and so to avoid rescheduling. All right.
Okay.
So we'll meet on Saturday. Enjoy the rest of your day.
You too, sir.
Okay.
Bye, sir.
All right. Bye.